So let's get into my accountability updates. I think I'm going to divide it into the good, the bad, and the great. So the good has been that accountability has really reshaped my sleeping cycle. That sounds small, but for me that's incredible. All my life I've been a really bad sleeper. But ever since doing accountability with Jacob, Jacob's my accountability partner for people who haven't watched my other videos. He's been keeping me accountable to sleeping on time and waking up on time. And let me tell you, it's made a world of difference. Not only do I have more focus to read the word in the morning, I also have enough energy to stay up in class and not fall asleep. My body heals faster after working out, so I see that my workout routine has gotten better as well. Also, I just generally feel like a nicer person. Now, the bad. Or maybe not the bad, but just the thing that I need to work on. I've wanted to grow my discipline in prayer, not because I'm a terrible prayer. Well, I might not be a great prayer, but I haven't really seen myself grow in that spiritual discipline ever since undergrad. And so I bought a book on prayer by this organization named 9MARKS. So far, looks really promising. I'd like to make a video on this a little bit later on. If you're struggling with prayer, then I'd highly recommend getting this book on prayer through 9MARKS. Now, what have I read? The great thing about the Discipleship Journal Bible reading plan is the format. Instead of going through Genesis and then Exodus and then etc. and etc., you would go through a little bit of Genesis, you do a little bit of Psalms, and you do a little bit of Matthew, and you do a little bit of Acts. What it's supposed to do is give you a feeling of the unity of Scripture. And I would say it completely succeeds in doing that. Right from the get-go, when you're reading about Abraham and the promises that are given to Abraham, you don't need to wait a few months later when you hit Matthew to see the fulfillment of that promise. You literally get that fulfillment on the same day when you flip over to Matthew. The faithfulness of God is apparent immediately, whereas if you were just going through Genesis in a linear fashion, it wouldn't be so. For example, today I read about the rape of Dinah, who is the daughter of Jacob. The brothers of Dinah reacted to that by killing not only the rapist, but literally the entire village in which the rapist lived in. It's just a really grimy story about the fallenness of humanity. So if you're reading through the Bible in just a linear fashion, that might be the one story you get to read about on the day, and you're just wondering, man, is this, what am I supposed to really, what hope am I supposed to get out of this? But then you flip into Matthew and you're listening to Jesus' Sermon on the Mount and his teachings against lust and against anger, his admonitions to forgive and live in harmony, and you're feeling like, yes, this is what it's supposed to be like. This is God's true vision. What I'm trying to say is, when that contrast is made so immediately, the fallenness of humanity and the faithfulness of God, the darks become darker and the lights become lighter. And that's just something that I've never really experienced as intensely as I'm doing now. So that's gonna be it for my first check-in. I can tell you that Jacob is also doing really well. Maybe I'll have him next time when we're doing our check-in. If you haven't noticed, I have 62 subscribers now, which is awesome. I recognize that people have trusted me with their time, and I feel like I really want to honor this relationship. And I really do want to get to know people more. So if you are a subscriber of mine, or if you're just new to this channel, please comment. I want to get to know people. I want to interact with people as they're experiencing faith in their lives. Please get to know me. I'd love to get to know you. But that's going to do it for today. And like always, grace, peace, and see you in the next one.